Okay, every year this comes up. I repeat myself every year, but I feel that I have to because some of you just don't get the message. We're talking about fanboy funk. This is when you don't wash. You kind of smell. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that you want to get to the convention. You don't want to miss anything. So you decide to be hygienically challenged and go in without washing. Or sometimes worse, not washing and brushing your teeth. And you get there and we can smell you. It's not good, especially when you're in a crowded room like the AMV contest. You know, I don't want to have to sit for an hour and a half and smell you. Not fun. I don't like it. Guys, this is more for the guys than the girls because they take better care of themselves anyway. Guys, if you wash yourself, and when I say wash, I mean you use soap and shampoo. If you wash yourself and you have a clear, clean appearance, you might attract a girl. There's nothing wrong with that. So again, please, please, for the love of all that's holy, bathe before you come in. Okay, this is the last bit of where to find food, and some of these places are a little bit off the beaten path, but I figure I'd tell you where these things are just in case you do want to go there. We're going to start at the Tremont Plaza Hotel, which is on St. Paul Street. St. Paul eventually turns into light when it comes towards Pratt Street, but we're going to start up at the hotel. If you're in the Tremont Plaza Hotel on St. Paul Street, there is a different Tremont Plaza Hotel. Make sure you're on the St. Paul one. There's a great deli right next to the lobby. You can get salads, you can get sandwiches, you can get things to go. I don't have a picture of it, but it is in the hotel, and it's a great way to get stuff before you leave to go to the convention. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, as you go further down, if you're walking from the Tremont Hotel, you will see, or if you're coming up from Pratt Street, it'll be on your right, you're going to see a McDonald's. That McDonald's is very poorly run, but it is a McDonald's and it has a full service menu. So that's one of those places where you're going to go and there's going to be a lot of lines, but if you have to have it, go there. If not, try the McDonald's, as I mentioned before, back in the Gallery Mall. Just a half block down is the Light Street restaurant. This is part of the hotel there. I believe it's a Marriott hotel. It's kind of new. It's got good food. It's a little bit pricey. Definitely a good meeting place in the bar area. But, you know, unless you're willing to spend the money, you know, take a pass on it. And further down is the Duncan Doughnuts. What else can you say about Duncan Doughnuts? It's donuts, it's coffee, it's good. Cheap eats, and it's open pretty late. And practically right next door to it is the CVS. The CVS there, I don't believe it's 24 hours, but I believe it's open until 11 p.m. Check the website just to make sure, but there is that right down there. Okay, this place is directly across the street. This 7-Eleven is directly across the street from the Dunkin' Donuts. Again, what else can you say about 7-Eleven? It's a convenience store. It's open until 11 o'clock, and, you know, cheap hot dogs. Okay, this new food chain called Freshii. I'm not exactly sure what it's about. It's more of a health food type of thing, and apparently you put together your own food or something like that. I don't know that much about it. I can tell you that it's healthy food, so if you're a vegetarian... I lost my limb. I lost my limb. I was doused in gin. I don't remember when. Maybe gangrene was setting. Hand to elbow to shoulder to neck to chin. I can feel the wind. Needles and pins. Okay, from here on out, I'm going to be talking about mostly what's on Charles Street, and that is pretty close to the convention center. At some point, the Purple Line does run up north, but you have to walk a little ways to get there. But before I talk about what's on Charles Street, since the convention has now rented rooms in the hotel, you know, you can go through the indoor skywalk to the hotel. Now, there's a restaurant that I'd like to point out, or actually it's a pub. It's pretty huge. It's called Pickles. I don't think there is a game that weekend, so I don't think you have to worry about it being crowded. It's a great place to meet up with people. It's a bar. You get bar food, hamburgers, that kind of stuff. I haven't been in there personally, but it's a favorite of a lot of sports fans. Directly across the street where you would get your badge on pre-registration, it's on the corner of it's on the corner of Pratt Street. It's California Tortilla. It's pretty good price. Obviously Mexican food. You get a burrito, nachos, whatever. The only downside is that it's almost always packed, so be prepared for a line. Okay, if you go up Charles Street, one of the first places that you'll see is a Subway, but we're not really going to talk about that because, you know, what's there to say about Subway? Again, it's one of those places where it gets packed pretty easily, so just be aware of that. Really what I'm going to talk about, or help you avoid, is the B&O American Grill. It's in one of the Monaco Hotel. It is overpriced, mediocre food. If you don't have to eat there, don't. If you want to hang out at the bar, that's fine. A little bit further up is going to be, let's see here, the Geisha Sushi place. It's pretty good sushi. You have to go downstairs underground, but it is a nice place to eat, and if you want real sushi, then that's a place to go. I still prefer Monato's, but hey, Geisha Sushi is closer. Just a half block north of Geisha Sushi and across the street is what used to be a Superfresh. It now has changed hands. It's now called a Fresh and Greens. It's basically the same thing. It's a grocery store, and it has the same kind of hours as Superfresh did. So in case people tell you that Superfresh is closed, yes it is, but there's still a grocery store that you can get to, especially if you come into town, you're looking to load up on food. That's a pretty good place to go. There's pretty good deals there. Now, as you go up Charles Street, you'll notice that there's a lot of little cafes, little coffee shops, things like that, express restaurants, things, and all those types of things. The only problem is that most of them are not open on the weekends. That's why I don't talk about them. But I will tell you that for those of you who still jonesing for the Burger King that's been closed for 2 to 3 years now, there is still a Burger King on Fayette Street. If you go up Charles Street, and once you hit Fayette, turn a right, and it's going to be right there across the street. Here's the problem. It is next to a bus stop. So there's going to be usually long lines in there. So again, if you have to have it, great. It is cheaper, but you're going to have to spend time in lines. So anyway, so that's pretty much it for the food finds here. I know there's a lot of stuff in Baltimore that I didn't touch on, but if I did, it would take forever. But these, I think, are the places to go to or places to miss, as the case may be. And I think that's it. And I'll see you at Otakon, and hope everyone has a great time.